Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Kings. It's time for your daily Dogecoin update, of course, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about, man. I wanted to go over everything that went down recently on SNL within the past 24 hours. Crazy stuff that I think you guys should know about. We've been talking a lot about this in our recent videos and over in our Discord, by the way, link in the description. And I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit about what I think the future holds. What does the next week, month, year hold for Dogecoin? Now, with that being said, something that you have to understand is, starting off more than anything else, it's just some technical fundamentals about Dogecoins. If I go here to CoinMarketCap, something I want to talk about here is the actual nature of the coin. Now, before we get into the stats and all this, which is good to look at, we're going to look at that very shortly. What you have to understand is that Dogecoin in itself was made as a joke, and it's something that you cannot forget about under any circumstances, because it's really true. Because this coin, in regards to the amount of supply, it is constantly increasing. There is not a hard capped supply for Dogecoin. The supply is constantly increasing, and that in itself makes it fundamentally not the best currency. So what is Dogecoin riding off of? What is causing it to go to these astronomical numbers? Because remember, 50 plus cents for a cryptocurrency that has zero function and again was literally made as a joke is amazing. And the fact that people are finding a function for it and all of that and finding stuff to do with it is amazing. And I think that as it gets more popular, we'll have a better understanding of the amount that's being minted, what that actually means for Doge, and if that eventually drives the price down, then so be it. I think that might have to happen at some point once people realize exactly how much is being minted. But just like the US dollar, like any other currency, it keeps being minted. Bitcoin and Ethereum are hard capped, which is fantastic in a way because we know exactly how much is out there. We know exactly when there will be a end on their new minting. We know exactly when that'll happen. With Dogecoin, we don't. Like I said, a bunch of it can just be minted every second. So that really changes the perspective of how much each individual coin here is worth. But once you take all those factors into account, what we're looking at is still a financial revolution. It really is. It is still amazing to see that a cryptocurrency that again was made completely out of satire has been taken and adopted by some of the biggest celebrities and some of the biggest figures in the world. Now, what happened with SNL? I talked about this in my last video, and again, what we saw was just a catastrophic dip after a fear. After a scare with the 70-cent mark. This mark was fatal because, like I said, you know what, man? If it would have, maybe pushed to 73, maybe we would have seen it, dip down to maybe 70. And again, same thing. Okay, going up again, hopefully bringing those candles up, 74, 70, seeing those candles gradually move up and sort of fight their way past the low to mid 70s, that would be great. But because it didn't establish enough candles at 70, what we saw was an instant fear that it wouldn't maintain itself at this 70 mark and just a sharp tank down, leaving it to where it's now basically fighting a battle here at around 55 cents. Because if you look at it, that's really, and I predicted this. I talked about this in some previous videos. I said, you know what, if this fails, if it fails to rocket past 70 and push past 80 and 90 like we were talking about, if that fails and we see a tank, we'll see a spot where it fights a very long battle at a price range where people have to make a conscious decision. People have to determine, is 55 the new low or is 55 the new high? Now, objectively, technically, the new low, the new support is 0.5326. That is, the way the charting software does it here. That is the technical, sort of support that it is bouncing off of here. And if you'll notice, again, if you look at these recent candles, what we're looking at here is a very intense fight here. This is really, like I said, make or break. I think the 50-cent mark, really more than anything, this 50-cent mark really is the make or break point because, again, if we have a couple low candles here, a couple lower candles, we could afford a couple lower ones, and then if it bounces back up, that's fine. We could afford a few lower candles if it eventually pushes its way back past 55 cents again. If it doesn't do that, if it fails, if these candles, are tanking and end up pushing their way down to 49, 48, then the future, well, my drawings are pretty terrible there, then the future ain't looking too good, man. At least the intermediate the intermediate future. Again, I don't know what's going to happen in a week, a month. In fact, I don't know anything. I'm not a financial advisor. I've talked about this. But what I do think is important to know is the fact that this didn't nearly tank as bad as I thought it would. I figured in my head, okay, worst case scenario, this is going to go down to 30 cents. People on Twitter are going, oh my God, it's going back down to 5 cents. People are going to get scared. But what I think is happening is people are viewing Dogecoin as a long-term asset. People are viewing Dogecoin as a currency that they must hold on to. Even though you have all these funky fundamentals, and oh my God, they're minting more of it, and it's not worth a lot, and oh my God, look, a year ago it wasn't worth anything, and again, there's so much being minted every minute, and it's inflated, and Elon Musk is pumping it, blah blah blah. With all of that said, it seems that the vast majority of people, middle-aged, retirement age, people who just want to put a little something in there and say, oh, let me, the young kids are pushing this thing, let me throw a little bit of money in that. The amount of people who are doing that with maybe eToro or maybe some like older generation like trading, maybe Robinhood's more like a younger thing, but maybe like people who are using some older school like trading software, things like that. The amount of people who are just taking their money and just throwing it in here and letting it sit, those people are keeping it afloat. So you, by holding the line, are keeping this afloat. Same thing with myself, same thing. I'm holding mine. I bought some at 40, and I bought some at 60. So my dollar cost average, right around 53. It's right around what I bought it at here when we look at this. And again, like I said, because of people like us, we're keeping this average somewhere, in the at least the low to mid 50s, and not watching this thing just hurtling down into the lower 40s. Again, if you sold, you know what? It was a smart thing to do. You know what? I can't blame you for it. Objectively, you got to look out for yourself, man. You got to look out for yourself, and objectively, that it's just something that has to be done, man. But what we're looking at here again, in the wee hours of the night, obviously the volume, of course, is going to the trading volume is going down. But again, man, what I like is that this volume, once we see it reach 50. The volume skyrockets even more than the sell volume. So the buy volume, again, skyrockets way past even the sell volume here when it's at 50. Because people, I guess, from this technical standpoint, identified 50 as a low, which is great. It's great that human psychology works like that, right? We love 10s. We love that, right? So the fact that we identified 50 as being the low is good, because if you'll notice, even here, you see this tiny little red, the bottom of this red candle here hitting 50 and just, shooting back. This candle again hitting 51, barreling back, and we're seeing kind of the moving average here. It looks like it's going up for the time being. I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised the next few hours we'd see it, reaching 55 or 56. But again, like I said, man, it really just depends on public perception at this point. How does the public perceive Dogecoin? Do they see it as a long-term investment? Do they care about the technical fundamentals? Do they care that it doesn't have a mission or a project, or that, from a technical standpoint, it's not all that impressive? Do people care about that? It's worth considering. You look at something like VeChain, Veracity, all these other cryptos have fantastic missions, and they work on projects and innovating in technology. Hell, Zcash, Litecoin, they work on innovating technology and improving things. Dogecoin doesn't, and that's okay. I don't have an aversion to Dogecoin like a lot of other people do. I think it serves its function. Its function is to get people involved in cryptocurrency, and it does that well. I think it does that job wonderfully. So with that said, this coin, it has to be well known, its purpose. Its purpose is a meme coin that celebrities like Elon Musk and the entire world on Twitter here have unanimously accepted is something that we should value in some way, shape, or form, that we should value. Whether or not, again, like I said, from a technical standpoint, it's the best. It's something that we should value. We should add a little bit to our retirements. We should add a little bit for the next year. We should add a little bit. Again, I'm not advising this. I'm simply saying this is the way the public perception is shifted with Dogecoin. As Mark Cuban with the Mavericks accepts it, as all these companies are accepting it for things, as you could go and buy Rolexes and jewelry with it and donate to the Cancer Society, as you could do all those things with Dogecoin now. You could use BitPay and order stuff on Amazon. As you can do all these things, it becomes a lot more sustainable looking. And the odds of it holding past $1, to me at least, seems to be a lot more realistic. Now, if you look at something like Shiba Coin, again, same thing, man. If you look at this chart, you don't see quite as sharp of a tank with SNL as it wasn't really following SNL. But, my prediction that Shiba was going to explode because people were going to take their Doge profits and throw it into Shiba didn't come true, because people buy Shiba, I realized, and I thought about it a little bit more, for the same reason they buy Doge, right? They buy Shiba because it's a meme coin, because it's just something to get involved in crypto, and Elon Musk likes Shiba, whatever. That's why people are buying Shiba coin. They want it to pump. They're not buying Shiba coin because they love the technical fundamentals. So my analysis of all these similar coins, Shiba, SafeMoon, SafeMoon's even particularly bad when it comes to supply, but SafeMoon, again, my analysis of these other coins is that they will follow a very similar pattern to Dogecoin. It all depends on the way society views them. It doesn't matter how much is minted, doesn't matter what their practical use is. If society values them, that's what matters. If people see an incentive to hold it in their portfolio, to hold it, to not get rid of it, to keep it, to let it stay in their retirement, to let it stay there, if people see that value, then all these dips will establish new supports. This moving average is going to move up. And that's what matters, man. That's what matters. Again, these dips are bad on Shiba, but I mean, when you look at it, man, it's looking like a nice increase. It's looking like a very, very nice increase on the day. And, will this crash in the future? I don't know. Depends on whether or not people decide to unanimously value this like they value Dogecoin. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed. In my personal opinion, is this something I buy now? My personal opinion, not financial advice. My personal opinion, would I buy Dogecoin at 53 cents? Yes, a little bit. I'm not personally, like I said, my dollar cost averages out to around 53 cents. But do I believe it will hit 60 and 70 again? Yes. Would I consider waiting a week and seeing if it goes back down to 30 or 40? Maybe, but I don't think so. I have a hunch it's not. Because like I said, if that would have happened, this catastrophic, run down would have probably sent it down there. But again, you see this huge spike in volume once it hits, once it, reaches 50 cents. I mean, again, it hit 45 like a brief second, but, it really rocketed back up past 50. So that's that, man. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on notifications, and please join our Discord, link in the description. We'd love to have you guys over there. We're really trying to build a nice community over there. Very, very fun, friendly place. Talk about crypto, investing, finance, entrepreneurship, whatever you guys like, man. So thank you guys so much for all the love on this channel recently. It's been absolutely amazing. I appreciate the support. We're going to have some more videos coming out soon. We have a team working on some stuff, so we'll have some more videos coming out soon. Thank you so much as always. Drop a comment down below what price you're looking, to buy Dogecoin at, and let's compare numbers, of course, and see what we like, right? Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.